Hello and welcome to a new episode of Cultural Magazine. Today's episode is special because we're celebrating the holy month of Ramadan here in Egypt, and the celebrations for this holy month is special. We have a lot of different traditions when it comes to the month of Ramadan. Let's find out more about it.
Muslims all over the world await the holy month of Ramadan with great longing for the value of this month in the hearts of Muslims. And the manifestations of celebrations differ from one country to another. There are many inherited features that characterize Ramadan in Egypt until our time. With the progress of time and culture, all the festivities were not forgotten, but rather renewed and developed, and these characteristics are still only associated with Ramadan. Egyptians associate several rituals with Ramadan, where they hold a number of special appearances to celebrate the advent of the month of fasting. The holy month in Egypt is distinguished by several customs that give it a special character, with special ornaments decorating the streets.
بتغيب علينا وتهجرنا وقلوبنا معاك بتغيب علينا وتهجرنا وقلوبنا معاك وفي السنة مرات تزورنا وبنستناك.
The lantern, or the word fanus, is a Greek word meaning a means of illumination. And in ancient times, the lantern was a lamp for lighting. Ramadan was associated with an abundance of lanterns in the streets to celebrate the holy month in Cairo. There are many stories about the beginning of the use of the lantern in Ramadan. One story said that the Fatimid ruler, Al-Mu'izz al-Din entered Egypt on the 5th day of Ramadan, and people carried ornamented and colorful lanterns to receive him at night in the year 358. Hence, the lantern began to spread during Ramadan.
سندس أخضر نور النبات اللي مزهر رمضان كريم والرز والقمح مسنبل منقراتي وبطبل على نغم بحر مقبل رمضان كريم.
Al-Misaharati is one of the manifestations of Ramadan in the past. The Misaharati began in Egypt about 12 centuries ago, specifically in the year 853 AD, and at that time, Ishaq ibn Yaqub was the first person to play this role by walking the streets of Cairo to wake people up to eat the suhoor meal right before dawn. The Misaharati is associated with the holy month of Ramadan. Canon is one of the features of celebrating the month of Ramadan in Egypt. Cairo was the first city to have a Ramadan canon because in the year 765, the Mamluk Sultan Khashdam wanted a new canon and fired it. And this coincided with the call for sunset prayer, and everyone thought the Sultan wanted to alert the crowd of the time of iftar or breaking fast. So everyone went to thank the Sultan for his alert of the time of iftar. So when the Sultan learned how happy the people were, he ordered the cannon firing every day at the time of iftar during Ramadan.
Egypt has a vast history and heritage that we like to preserve when it comes to different forms of arts, whether it be architectural or the painting or even dance forms. This is part of our heritage here as Egyptians. Let's go find out more about our heritage.
Qubbat al-Ghuri provides cultural services in the best way, and during the holy month of Ramadan, Qubbat al-Ghuri provides 30 days of diverse cultural activities from Sufism to heritage and cultural exchange with different countries, seminars, and a full program to suit the audience's different artistic taste, merging all those activities with the fragrance of the history and the Islamic architecture spirit that still holds many stories. The great artist Dr. Amer El-Touni is one of the most famous Sufi chanters in Egypt during the past 20 years. El-Touni graduated from the Faculty of Education, the Arabic Department Language, and obtained a PH in Sufism and Mevlevi, which was founded by Jalal ad-Din al-Rumi. He founded the Egyptian Mevlevi troupe in 1994, which attracts audience from all over the country, through which he tried to present the Egyptian Mevlevi heritage on the world stages to assure to the whole world that Egypt has a heritage, especially among nations, which confirms its cultural identity.
إني First, Qubbat Al Ghuri, it is one of famous heritage house, and we have a lot of places in this house to make a different concert. First, we have the first one. It is open, and we have two close theater in upstairs. In Ramadan, we have a different group of musician. First, we will start in Tanura, in dancer. It is a group. The owner is a Ministry of Culture. After that, we have Ali Al-Hilbawi, Sheikh Hab Yunis, Aidan Egyptian Mevlevi, Dervish Mevlevi, and we have a different conference about Sufism. We will start the third week in Ramadan.
El Tuni and his band presented a group of Sufi songs and chants that suited the spiritual atmosphere through a group of Sufi poems by great poets who enriched the Sufi life with deep meanings and symbols that carried many meanings of love and peace for the world, such as Ibn al-Farid, Ibn Arabi, As-Sahrawardi, Al-Hallaj, Abu Maidan al-Ghawth, and others, including متى يا حبيب القلب عيني لغير جمالكم لا تنظر يا مليحة قد تجلى وبرقت سعاد and نارها في أضلعي.
We try every time to test the Sufi culture with another music, another musician in all over the world. For example, we have a cooperation with some group from Spain. It is for flamenco and Sufi dance, and also we have a lot of cooperation with the Indian people. In India, have a different part in Indian culture, Kathak, Baul, Qawwali, and also every time we try to make a mix because we need to reach to a lot of audience. Also, it is available for us if we need to make a salon or culture salon or Sufi salon in Beit Sahimi and Amir Taz Palace. We have just we choose, but now I am a manager of Qubbat Al Ghuri culture, creative center culture, and also we try to make a lot of concerts here because it is a famous and important place in Ministry of Culture.
The Sufi night depends on multiple participations from the diversity of Sufi art and its cultures and looks at the first part of the chanting in its different forms and its different review of religious chant, old and new, and the way it's performed to present Sufi stories and praise the messenger Muhammad, peace be upon him. The second part of the concert depended on spiritual and Sufi music, where the Maulawiya and the Sufi Tanura show and its development for showing Tanura and some Sufi performances such as El Hadra, Praise and Dhikr, where the Sufi nights receives different, varied and multiple participations for all.
When you see the building, we have a culture, and also if we have another culture, not from building. It is from music. And also, if we read some book from Greece by Aflatun, Aflatun say he make an he make a notes for the Greece people, and he tell him about the Egyptian music. Tell him about what he say. You must be hear the Egyptian music, and because the Egyptian music is a different all over the world. It is more and more, yeah. And also, if we try to make a test our culture on a different audience, you will feel all the audience happy. And here also we try to make a mix between the building and the music. For example, today, for example, we have a different music because we have a blues music and modern music, but also the singer Azel Stool, he is a different because he tried to sing by a different way. He have a yeah, and also we let him to performance to the audience, because here it is placed to mix all the culture with us. And also we have a deal with us Celestul to, and after Ramadan we will make a lot of concerts to we need a lot of people know him and more, because he have a different way to different way from the music.
يا من هواه أعزه وأذلني كيف السبيل إلى وصالك دلني يا من هواه أعزه وأذلني كيف السبيل إلى وصالك دلني وصلتني حتى ملكت حشاشتي ورجعت من بعد الوصال جرتني.
Qubbat El Ghuri is one of the most authentic and historical places that we are so proud to have here in Egypt. And since it is the crown jewel of the Islamic architecture, it always provides some artistic events and activities that it suits the holy month of Ramadan. Shuruq Bikir, Cultural Magazine.
You're still watching Cultural Magazine, and in this episode we're going to take a look at about the traditions of celebrating Ramadan, known as the Ramadan Nights, where we have a lot of different events taking place, from music, dance and festivities in general. Let's go find out.
والأولياء هم زوارنا وربنا بيختارنا الله
Tannoura is an Arabic word which translates to skirt in English. It is a traditional folk dance in Egypt where the dancer spins to the tunes of Arabic songs, sometimes religious ones too, known as tawashih. If the dance is performed according to a spiritual association, he would be spinning anti-clockwise, symbolizing Muslim pilgrimage around the Kaaba. If it's for the entertainment purposes, he could spin clockwise or counterclockwise. The Tannoura is a unique dance that is often seen from a philosophy or even religious aspect, taking the dancers to a new spiritual levels. Some say that the Tannoura can be described as an evolved deception of the Sufi whirling dervishes, a major part of Sufism known for its mysticism and spiritual way of worship. Sufi whirling is a physical act of meditation where Sufis spin until they reach a level of religious ecstasy. They wear long white robes and perform in groups, unlike the Tannoura solo performance. Many say that with the passing time, Egyptians made addition to the Tannoura dance to make it even more entertaining and fun by adding tambourines, colors, lights, and music that is not necessarily religious.
Brings us to the end of this episode of Cultural Magazine and wishing everyone out there a happy Ramadan.